Wow, hope you love that, guys.
If it was a slightly different kind of movie, it'd be like "Bow chicka wow wow,
I
bow
know.
chicka
It's
wow
like,
wow."
welcome to Cannonball Run, Chico, with music from your finest adult films.
It's funny you should mention that because I think Jackie Chan ends up taking his eyes off the road at one point. I think the Subaru was equipped with the latest naughty video VHS player on the dashboard. I was disgusted by Jackie. But there you go. Back in the day, naughty videos.
Well, yeah.
Wow, waka chow chow. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Movie Watch Live. Tonight we're celebrating the movies of 1981. A big year, huge year for movies, 1981. And this is by no means one of the least. I think it was the seventh most productive and financially rewarding for its makers film of 1981. A very, very successful comedy movie, which has an all-star cast, including Burt Reynolds, Roger Moore, Dom DeLuise, Farrah Fawcett, Jackie Chan, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., the list goes on. And it really is a fantastic movie. It's just a huge fun romp. Great all-star comedy cast, comedy action race movie, call it what you want. And it's just a great movie to watch and just enjoy and celebrate. 40 years old this year. And joining me tonight to celebrate this movie is both the Flash, who I think is Rogimus Flash or 00 Flash, I'm not sure. And also Captain Ralph, who is an alternative personality. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be watching this movie, a classic movie. Have your own copy on standby. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first of all, Flash, I know you've seen this movie before. What do you think? What's your overall thoughts of this movie?
Oh, I can't even remember the last time I saw it, but it kind of blends together at this point with Cannonball Run 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But,
and they are very similar movies, aren't they? I mean, Cannonball 2 was made on the back of this because this movie was so successful. It was a no-brainer to make a sequel. But the thing you were talking about was the black Lambo in this one, and the white Lambo in the second one, and it's one of those movies that melds into other ones in a way because it continues the tradition, doesn't it? With Hal Needham directing, who directed Smoking the Bandits, I think 1 and 2, and of course directed this movie. And did he direct the second Cannonball Run? I'm not sure, but yeah, it is from our childhood, isn't it? And so a classic movie to watch. And Ralph, I'm sure you've seen this before. Are you going to answer as Ralph or as Captain Ralph?
I am him. So
we're not going to talk about him. I told you we're not going to talk about him.
Well, JJ, if we need him, he's there.
Okay, but I'm just not going to talk about it. So, what's your memory of this movie then, Ralph?
I just a lot of fast cars, goofy jokes, and of course Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise. To me they were always the ones that stole the show. But there's so many people through this, and it's one of those things where just people watched it for the fun, and getting to see all the different people show up in it. So looking forward to it. It should be fun tonight.
It's a really a fun romp, and I mean a really entertaining movie. I think 1981 was such a good year for entertaining movies. And just before we go any further as well, I just want to play a quick tribute to Norm Macdonald, because Burt Reynolds was a fantastic actor, but Norm Macdonald, the comedian, did such a good, incredible impersonation of on Saturday Night Live. But so good. So I just want to tip the hat to the dearly departed Norm as we watch this tonight. And obviously Burt Reynolds, the incredible actor who was in so many good movies. He did this movie and he was honest about it. He did it for the money. But you know, it's such a good movie, and it fits in a part of our, you know, our childhood, and for people around my age anyway, and it will remain a classic forever. So there's lots to it. It's a very quick movie. We won't really have time to say that much as we go through, because it'll be over before we know it. It's only about 93 minutes long. 14 minutes at the end of that are the end blooper reel, which was made famous by Hal Needham. So as always, just to let everybody know who's listening recorded, and we welcome Cosmetti in the chat there, who's here with us live, so that this is a commentary channel, so we can't play the movie because the lady who owns YouTube would remove us faster than well, she would remove us faster than 20,000 people under a bridge anyway. That's for sure.
They'll still be there long after we're gone.
Indeed.
They're all coming to my trailer park.
Yes, and we are truly grateful tonight to have Tony with us as well. Tony says R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. Yes, Turd Ferguson. Absolutely.
Yes, Turd Ferguson.
Well, good evening, Tony, or good morning, I should say, because it's probably the early morning over in Australia already now, or as I like to call it, the People's Republic of Australia. So I'm sorry, Tony, it's almost as bad here in Britain, so I shouldn't really say anything. But
well, at least we're giving Tony something to do to pass the time as he's locked in his house.
Yes, I think Ralph's the only person amongst all of us who actually has any form of freedom. But Cosmetti says hi, Tony, and hi, Cosmetti. So we've got the Tony and Cosmetti in the chat. So just to recap, ladies and gentlemen, so we are a commentary channel. We'll be watching the movie. You need to have your own copy. We'll give you timestamps throughout. We'll talk about what's happening in the movie, and we'll give our own opinions and observations, trivia, inside knowledge. And if you like that, if you just want to listen to three people who love movies talk about the movie, then this is the channel for you, and this is where you'll come to get some entertainment. And you know, we're not Twitch, and we're not TikTok, and we're not all sorts of other things that the youngsters watch today, but we do like to think that we offer a quality service. So
I drag down the average. So
well, speaking of TikTok, make sure you check out my dance videos. Just search Torcatron on TikTok.
Were you wearing a nurse's uniform when you did that? Because that's, you know,
no, just look up Twerkatron and you'll find it.
Okay, fair enough. So without further ado,
X for my Patreon fans.
Okay. Twerkatron.
By the way, I need to talk to you about some credit card problems I've got from my oh, never mind. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to simp to both of you very soon. So, by the way, check out mine at twerkinator.com. But yeah, so we will be giving you our inside track knowledge of the movie as we go along, and so we're going to start with a countdown, and I've got this snazzy video countdown that will use as a guide, which counts down 3, 2, 1, and when you see the arrows, you press play on your copy of the movie, and there we go. So without further ado, we'll get the show started, and we hope everybody's ready to go. So ready with your copies, gentlemen? Ready to start your engines?
I am ready. Already here, JJ.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. So simple. Even a boomer can do it.
Yeah, I think I got mine started. All right,
we've got the intro here, which is the
20th Century Fox logo, but there does appear to be a problem. Oh, there's some screeching tires. Oh, and a crash police car.
And the laugh as well. So there we go. The credits. Hal Needham movie. I should say at the outset that, and there's the Lambo. This Lambo is worth a mint now. This Lambo from the movie, this black Lambo with the spoiler on the front as well.
Yeah, I was seeing they just put out articles about that again. So looking to see. I think did it get sold? Let me look. Oh,
it was a lot of money anyway. But yeah, the
a historic vehicle registry. That's what it's on now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's just a cool car. I don't care who you are.
It doesn't
that
age,
thing's awesome.
It? I mean, the best thing about this movie, gentlemen, is when you were a kid, a teenager in the 1980s, you would have either one or the other, or even both, posters on your bedroom wall.
Oh,
one would be Farrah Fawcett, the other would be a Lamborghini Countach.
Yes.
This movie has both, gentlemen. This movie has both of those things in the same movie.
Well, and it also has
Great Days of Bandit. There's a Trans Am police car.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. That was something that sports car designers did, didn't they? They always donated some of their cars to local police forces. So you were okay if you're in a Trans Am being chased by, like, I don't know.
Well, you'll notice if you go back to when the Trans Am speeds past the 55 sign, it is very undercranked to make it look faster.
I'm sure about that one, but yeah, I'm sorry. In a Lamborghini, even against a Trans Am, you're not pulling over unless you feel like it.
Yeah, that's true. Look at the acceleration. Tony Nasser says, "I'm free in Queensland, but the rest of the country is not so good." Yes, well, I'm glad you're not in the worst bit of it. And Ralph, our own Ralph here says, "Thank goodness they are indeed." I won't do any more statements on the movie causing unintentional spoilers. Yes, well, it's one of those movies where I think everybody remembers most of it, but like Flash was saying, there's some memory holes, isn't there, where things are a bit confused. Hands up, who had the Countach Lamborghini poster? I did, and my brother had one as well. We had two.
No, I did not. I was an aviation geek, so I had airplane posters.
Well, I had airplane stuff as well because my dad was an engineer in the RAF. So
okay.
So I had all of that. This line here is so corny. Didn't catch this line. I can't catch Dillinger. That's it's the corniest line ever. Hal Needham said that. Here we go. So after seeing a fantastically cool car, a Honda Civic.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a 79 Honda Civic with...
That's like an original Honda Civic, too.
Down DeLuise.
Yeah.
Hi there, everybody. Hi, JJ. Oh, man. I love this guy. He's just... The comedy time is perfect. Look at it. He's just like... He was a modern day Oliver Hardy, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they had such great chemistry playing off each other. So that's why, why it always they always kick off in my mind. It's just
now,
go
gentlemen,
ahead.
I've got to ask a question, and I've seen Anchorman. In the late 70s and the early 80s, did all men have a big bushy mustache?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, I have to say that there is a Ferrari in this movie. Yes. And it's a Ferrari 308 GTS. Right? Who else drove a Ferrari 308 GTS?
Oh, the walking mustache himself, Magnum. Oh.
And he had the biggest mustache of them all.
Yes, when he shaved that off in the 90s, that was like sacrilege.
Yeah. That was shocking to see. That
Yes.
it really was shocking. And
It's like his power faded.
it was.
absolutely
It was
did.
like Samson having his hair cut off, wasn't it? It was a upsetting moment for everybody. So they're talking about him.
Him.
Who is him? Damn it! I don't want to talk about him. They're already like a married couple, aren't they? Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Here he is, the Candyman can.
Wait a minute. Which one of us is going to be playing Sammy Davis Jr.'s Glass Eye?
You beat me to it.
Oh, sorry.
So the cast, we should really talk about the cast. It's so fast. We're not going to have time to keep up with this movie. So we have Jimmy the Greek Schneider, who was a famous sports commentator of the day. And of course, we have Sammy Davis Jr. playing Fenderbaum. And this is the 911, I think the 68 911, which doesn't feature in the race, obviously. But the thing about the Cannonball movies is they would always destroy your Porsche. So in this one, it's an old 911 from 68, I think. And in the sequel, they got a 4x4 to destroy. Whoa! Who is this?
Oh, Captain Chaos.
I love this. I love this line. I love this line coming up. Say, look at it. It's this one here where he gets no response.
It's like,
been a cup long? Been a cup long? This is just too fast, this movie, isn't it? We talk about quick movies. This is literally, it's good because it's a race.
Oh,
this movie's so it misses out. It just misses out huge bits that other movies have put in. But by the way, here we are, Dean Martin.
amazing.
Ain't that a kick to the head? By the way, Dean Martin and Jimmy the Greek knew each other from the old days. They grew up in the same, I think it was Pennsylvania, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
They were both from Stupidville, Ohio?
That's it, Ohio, Scooberville. They were both from Scooberville, Ohio. Where's he going to sit? Where's he going to sit? That would be racism today. You wouldn't be able to do that now. So yeah, they were both from the same area. They grew up together, childhood friends.
Oh, hey, I have to pipe in on Tony's comment.
Yeah.
Some of us still rock the stash.
Yes.
Dum dum dum.
The contest was incredible. Yeah, and you can't see a thing through the back. They did a Top Gear special on it, and you cannot see anything out the back.
Oh, the Lambo, yeah.
And it's massively wide as well. It's like 8 foot wide or something, 8 or 9
even
feet
though it
wide.
looks like a spaceship, it's like the least aerodynamic
It
car
is
ever
terrible, built. Yeah. By the way, can you see the barrier behind? This was some town in where was it? This is so fast, this movie. I cannot keep up.
Man,
it's
I'm sorry. Whoever was the pilot on that tail dragger, just about buried that prop. Yeek.
Hey, it's the governor of Georgia. They asked at the time, and they blocked off the town. I don't know which town it was. I love this where he just doodly doo doo. By the way, there's 2 big product placements in this. We could get a do you hear what he says there? We could get a black Trans Am. No, it's been done. Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah, nice little nod.
But there's 2 product placements in this movie. There's, by the way, look at the angle he takes off at. Camel cigarettes. That is mad, that isn't it? You can do that with like aircraft. Camel cigarettes
under power line too.
Yeah, absolutely. Budweiser beer as well. We'll come back to that in a minute. So here's Roger Moore, but I'll tell you the backstory of this, right?
Okay.
This is Seymour, who was the Jewish Seymour. By the way, this is this movie and the second Cannonball movie were the last performances for this actress Molly Pickin, who plays Mom Goldfarb And this is Seymour, the fortune, the Goidels fortune. Come on. Goy,
It's some going movie stuff.
Oh, what you can't believe it. But what a don't you like? But this is Seymour, Seymour Goldfarb. Watch
She
for the
found
eyebrow.
his Walther
Watch for the,
PPK.
there's the left eyebrow. This is obviously Roger Moore, and he was famous for his acting consisted of left eyebrow, right eyebrow, both eyebrows. But yeah, the Broccoli estate would not let them say that he was playing a man who thought it was James Bond. So they had to change it, and it's even funnier this way, because he is a man who thinks he is Roger Moore, who thinks he is James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
So he's even more removed from the reality. But the irony is obviously played by Roger Moore. So I think it's a great gag.
It's amazing that I can do it anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. So the two main guys, JJ and Dom DeLuise's character, who is, well, him, but also Victor Prinzham. So they're trying all different methods. They've tried planes, they've tried boats. So now they've had an accident. They're in the back of the ambulance. This is Hal Needham, by the way. This is his cameo here. The director.
He broke his poor finger.
This is when the eureka moment comes up, because they're trying to find a vehicle that they can keep going non-stop.
Yeah, the police won't care.
Yeah, exactly.
But wait until I tell you the background of this story.
Yeah,
it's
I
great,
heard about that
isn't it?
just recently.
Yeah.
And how Needham is involved.
Yeah. So, listen for the laugh as well. Burt Reynolds was like, "Oh, here we go. Can't stop."
Oh,
This is the Subaru DL four-wheel drive, and the reason to put this in the movie was 1981 was the year that Subaru entered the World Rally stage, and from then on they just dominated. But what have you got to say about Jackie Chan, who's playing a Japanese man with his friend Michael Huey? But they're Chinese. What happened? What happened as a result of this? Did Jackie know about this?
I'm sure Jackie had to know about this. That did not go over well.
No, when Jackie found out, he wasn't happy, was he?
No. And well, not just he wasn't happy. I think the communities themselves weren't real pleased, because if you've ever walked up to any Asian person, if you've ever walked up to any Asian person and mischaracterized them, they don't take kindly to that. So
they don't really know.
No.
Oh, his audience, I'm sure, was very offended.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting, but
his core audience at that time did not like Japan.
No, but it's an incredible story, because this was like the thing that really launched Jackie Chan. It was one of his first US movie appearances, wasn't it? And not only that, but you know the famous blooper reel. By the way, these are two glow-in-the-darks on these camels. They are. Hey, I'm a real Arab guy. I am. And fancy going to an event tomorrow?
Oh well, no, that was today. Yeah, no. All I'll say is nobody showed up. Nobody showed up except a certain group. So.
Yeah, well, there you go. Camel cigarettes that's smoking, by the way. I wouldn't let him hurt my camels. Ha! Now, the irony of the man who was playing the Sheikh. Do you recognize the actor?
That would
Everyone's
be
favorite
Mr. Jamie
cross-dresser.
Farr.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
The Mars Bar advertisement man himself.
Yes. Corporal Klinger. Corporal Maxwell Klinger from MASH. The
The
biggest
man who made
irony.
Toledo, Ohio famous.
Yes. Well, the biggest irony, and I apologize to our audience and everything because this is just so. Oh, here is the lady herself, Jagger. She kept the name. She kept the name Bianca Jagger. She was very attractive. And here is, who is this? Bert Convey.
Yep.
Who had a production company with Burt Reynolds, which is how he got in the movie. Burt Reynolds just said, "Hey, buddy, want to be in the movie?" So he plays.
I'll drop a huge pice of trivia that may shock everyone listening.
Go on.
But Burt Reynolds is wearing a hairpiece in this movie.
No.
Gasp. Gasp, gasp, gasp.
And another piece of trivia, they were good friends because Burt Convey's actual fro hair was donated to create Burt Reynolds' hairpieces.
Oh, so instead of blood brothers, they were fro brothers.
Mm-hmm.
This is
He
ridiculous.
met, he's like, buddy, you got a nice head of hair. I would like to have that on my head.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is weird. I want to wear your hair on my hair.
Yeah, that's
got a nice
hair.
helmet.
That's a
Oh, wait,
movie
that's
about
your
that,
hair.
isn't it? With Nicolas Cage. It's called Hair Off.
oh, there you go, dude. I
aw.
gotta say that's closer than I have ever been to any man.
I
To get
can't
my
keep
hair.
up. Yeah, really. The characters are being introduced. It's just too fast, isn't it? It's so fast.
Oh, there you go, Wine Tropic.
Here we go. And this is
It'd be,
The car that paid for the movie.
Mel Tillis and Terry
Yeah.
Bradshaw.
this is it. So I want to quickly recap. This is a good scene coming up, by the way. So we're flying through all the characters as an introduction. This is probably the fastest movie I've ever seen. It really is the fastest. By the way, there's a ramp here. Handily left. Oh, there's a ramp. That's when they get out. This
fairly well hidden by the umbrella.
You know when he does,
Mhm.
and he was a famous country singer, wasn't he? He was a famous singer.
Yes, he was.
It's when he does the.
Yeah, that was his actual stutter.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And who's the other guy? He was a football player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the 70s.
Yeah. So these guys were like really
Creator
famous.
of the Skullet.
Yeah,
So-
the Skullet.
And here we have, I won't say SJWs, I'll just say busybodies. But there's J.R. Martin there, by the way, author of Game of Thrones. Did you see him there?
He was thin back then.
Yeah,
He's a time Did you not know that J.R. Martin's a time traveler?
Yeah, well,
This is
no.
before he discovered buffets.
Yeah, at this point, he was halfway through the final
Right.
book.
I'm
Just
gonna-
started writing the second.
And here's
there's
the
Alan
beautiful
Moore as well.
Farrah Fawcett there. Right, I better catch up with the chat because I'd be
Oh.
rude if I didn't. By the way, Farrah Fawcett's character loves trees and likes to, under the trees. So, Honda Civic, that's my little old mama drives a Honda Civic. There you go. You can't go wrong with them.
Yeah.
Men still should have this stash. They should.
Some of
They
us still
should.
rock it.
There you go. Because Matty says, Dean. Yes, that's it. Dean
Uh-oh.
Martin,
Yeah,
famous for
Mr.
things. Sorry, go ahead.
And Mr. K better be on the lookout. We know who she's got her eye on.
You, I like a big pizza pie. That's amore. 70s hairstyles look like toupees. Well, I think
Well-
that was probably it was probably designed by toupee wearers. It was a conspiracy.
Well, that and probably most of the 70s hairstyles in this movie were toupees.
Oh, Tony, Ralph, you've got an ally here. You've got an ally, Ralph. Roger
Yeah.
Moore will always be my Bond.
Yeah.
There
I
you go,
will,
you've got
I
an
will
ally there.
always remember him as Bond.
One of the Moore crew. And because Matty says, what? Is that true about the toupee? I think that was. That's weird.
I think that's an understatement.
Kind of trivia I tune in for. There we go.
There you go. That's what.
Oh, by the way, when he says rectum,
Rectum. Heck, darn near killed him.
so yeah, these are the people who want to spoil everybody's fun. Today they would be called Greta Thunberg.
It's just one of those things that shows you nothing ever changes.
It doesn't exactly. It's the same shit, different day, really, isn't it?
How dare they?
So quickly,
how dare they?
that's what you call an exhaust.
His example of automobile is a Lamborghini. The same thing they would use today to criticize automobiles, like the most unobtainable gas guzzling car.
Well, that's it.
Everyone's driving.
By the way, I hate it when they repaint the Chevy, because that paint job is beautiful, isn't it? I just love the way he comes up with a window
for the whole movie.
Well, that's it, exactly. Well, not only that, but Camel cigarettes and Budweiser. I'll tell you what. Oh, here's Mad Dog and Batman. Mad Dog was a stand-up impersonator comedian, wasn't he, of the day?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember now.
It was famous for his Nixon impersonation. This is like one of those wacky, rebellious things they had in movies at the time for the kids.
Oh, well, yeah.
And for Hal Needham, who was a stuntman, so he's like, we got to do this thing. We got to drive a truck through a window.
Yeah. I wonder if Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was his character was based on Hal Needham at all. I don't know.
Ooh.
One thing perfectly clear. Vietnam was not a mistake. And this is the voice of Piglet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the actor's name, but I know he's the voice. I love the loafers, by the way. And here's a GIF coming up here. There you go. Thumbs up GIF. And here is the tonic water. Up a bit, up a bit. So this is like, this kind of character was played later on in Ghostbusters by, I forget the guy, but he was typecast and he played the same character in Die Hard, didn't he? But he's the busybody character everybody hates.
Oh, yes.
So quickly going back to Jamie Farr, here's the irony. Playing a sheikh, he was actually from Lebanese American parents, and he was an Antiochian Orthodox Christian.
Oh.
So an Antiochian Orthodox Christian, devout Christian, by the way, playing a Muslim.
Oh.
Insane. Oh, I mean, it's just, but that's what we call acting, darling, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
He had the nose for the job.
He did, but he was Lebanese. There you go.
Oh, he's a wild bull when he loses his temper.
Yeah, and then he goes and says, "Oh, but this is these kind of places. This pub was based upon, I think, the two guys who wrote it, Hal Needham and his friend. What's his friend's name again? Now the guy who the two of them. The story's based on their own effort to race in the Cannonball run, and they did actually race an ambulance, and the ambulance in the movie is
the same
actually
one, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it's the same one. They donated to charity later on, but
it's the two guys they worked for, like Motor Trend or something, that started the Cannonball races, and he rode along with them in '79. That was like the last race.
No, they still run it. It was actually run last year. See, and that's something I'm not sure if the audience doesn't
ones
know.
Now are unofficial. Like the official ones ended then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm not sure if people watching realize this is based on an actual race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. A 3,000 mile race.
Yeah, people still do it. There's a YouTuber that gets millions of views that does it yearly. And the last time he broke the record in a fake police car.
Oh,
using the same method. So
yeah.
So people see a Crown Vic, they get out of the way. And
they will throw you under the jail if they catch you doing that.
Oh yeah, I was like, that's a dangerous video to admit to because you impersonated an officer across 50 states.
This is your standard 1970s working men's chatter. I could be very patient with those patients.
I do like the fast dancing to the very slow music.
Oh, well, that
Yeah,
and Dom
this is
DeLuise's fruity drink.
This is it. I mean, even his drink's gay. I mean, by the way, I'm glad he didn't get hit with the heel on his hand there. That would have been,
Yeah, that would have been terribly painful.
I love the bit where he throws the fruit down and just slaps him in the side of the face as well. But yeah, he has a gay drink. So, but actually, I've got to admit, I do like a nice
hold on a minute.
He probably doesn't drink.
Hold on a minute. My beating heart just kicked up 2 notches. With
by the way,
Miss Fawcett.
Yes. Yeah, well, you've currently got on the screen there. You've got
Adrienne Barbeau and
yes,
Tara Burke Crud. I forgot her name now. Doggone. Tara.
You'll get it.
Yeah, I'm having to cheat to look. I can't remember now.
Okay, so she's not even. She's not on the main. Oh, hang
Farrah
on.
Bachman.
Right, hang on, gentlemen. There it is. There's the scene. Farrah Fawcett with no bra.
Oh no bra.
No bra. I don't know whether that was a thing in the 70s.
It was for her.
Oh, it's common to wear no bra with your Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
And I'm sorry, the other young lady's name is Tara Buckman. I mispronounced it.
Yes. So they're playing. They've got the black Lamborghini Countach or Countach, however you pronounce it, LP 400S, and that is Marcy and Jill. And the reason Marcy's in this movie, played by Adrienne Barbeau, is because her husband at the time was a certain John Carpenter.
Ooh.
This is the year she broke into movies, right?
Yes, same year. Yeah, same year. She was in Escape from New York, which they're doing a remake of, actually. The third movie they're going to do, Escape from DC. It's Fog, didn't you? John Carpenter's coming back to make Escape from DC.
Oh, Lord.
I'm only kidding. Instead of going to rescue the president, it's the other way around.
Nice.
So this is Burt Reynolds. This is the what you call the meet cute in a movie. The meet cute between Burt Reynolds and Farrah Fawcett. Is it just me, or is Farrah Fawcett's eyes just a little bit crossed? She's a little bit bong-eyed. I know I shouldn't say that, but
she's incredibly angular.
She is.
She's very angular.
I will admit, because Matty says she has the best hair. Her selling points were hair 10 out of 10, teeth 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And her ability to do a British accent.
Yes. Absolutely. But she was from Texas.
How? See?
And from a very good background. And there was a Hollywood agent pestered her to go to Hollywood. And eventually she succumbed. And she ended up doing 2 topless roles. One of them was Saturn 3. We don't talk about Saturn 3.
Yeah, we don't talk about Saturn 3. No. So bad.
The worst. It just shows you can get good actors and make a shit movie.
Oh, absolutely.
You had like in young Harvey Keitel in that movie as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So there's Dom DeLuise. I've got to say, right, memory hole, and it's one of those. What is it? Mandela effects. I always thought Dom DeLuise was gay. He's not gay. He was married. He had kids. He was straight as a die. He's just very camp. But it's one of those Mandela moments, isn't it? Really?
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't exactly ooze testosterone when he was on the screen.
Really. It's the guy from the Ernest movie.
Not really. So what we got here?
Yeah, that's a great point. It is.
Say that again.
That is, yeah.
I missed that. What was it?
He's from the Ernest movies. It was like him and that little skinny guy were always buddies in those.
Right.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of Burt Reynolds movies as well.
I'm going to quickly run through the vehicles here, very, very quick. JJ and Victor, which is Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise, are in the 1978 Dodge Sportsman ambulance. Seymour, Roger Moore, is driving the 1964 Aston Martin DB5. We'll come to that in a minute. Blake and Fenderbaum, as we can see on the screen here, playing Catholic priests, are driving a 1977 Ferrari 308 GTS, same one that famous for Magnum PI, was actually owned and the property of Hal Needham. It was Hal Needham's car, wasn't it?
Oh.
I think it was either Hal Needham's car or the other guy who was in the movie, who co-wrote the movie. Terry and Mel are driving the Chevy Chevelle Laguna from 76. Marcy and Jill, of course, have the 1980 Lambo Countach. Japanese team, they've got the Subaru. The Sheikh has a 1976 Rolls-Royce Shadow 1. Mad Dog Batman have a 1980 GMC pickup C35. Brad and Shaky are driving a Harley Sportster. There it is, gentlemen.
Oh,
that is the 64.
Beautiful.
Nice, Seymour.
That is the 64 DB5.
It's probably the most expensive car in this movie at this point.
Well, can you think how scared they were? How scared they were? This car on set. It was like, please don't damage it. Please don't damage
that is the car. It even has the rear window, the bulletproof window slot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is the actual car from the movies.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't know how they got that. I really don't. But of course,
well, there was only 2 of them, right, that survived, and one disappeared a few years ago.
Yeah, exactly. One was stolen, and but it was obviously made famous by. It was made famous by, obviously Sean Connery, but I'm sure if Roger Moore had the option, there it is, there, gentlemen. Yeah. If Roger Moore had the option, he would definitely have had that.
I mean, but just a DB5 alone would be worth what, over $1 million now, right? Just the standard.
It's ridiculous. I think it's 1.4 million now. That one. So there's Dean Martin chatting up all the girls, and here we have Mel and Miranda's now, and there's with the Budweiser
and Terry Bradshaw as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they're putting enough Budweiser in there that it could be considered trying to bootleg it across state lines.
Look at the weight they're putting in that car. Interestingly,
that's
gentlemen, I am actually drinking Budweiser myself at this moment. But
I'm so sorry.
Not the American Bud, not the American Bud. No, don't worry. This is Budweiser Budvar.
I was gonna say you're gonna get kicked out of your country.
Yeah.
Persona non grata.
So I'll show you what. So this is the co-writer of the movie. Brock Yates. Okay. Now you were saying before, Flash, weren't you, that Brock Yates was the guy who raced the Cannonball run with Hal Needham.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Although I'm not so sure about Ohio. Come on. Is Ohio really conservative? It must be.
It's just a state. I don't know if anyone's ever been there.
Oh, no. What? Ohio?
Possibly
anybody that's been there claims to not have been. So
no. So is the speed limit on the highway still 55 miles an hour?
No.
It's like 180 now.
Well, yeah, that's the average speed now.
Is it 75 or 65?
Normally 75. It's a mix. It
What is
now
that?
it can
A mirror?
it can be opened up. Like
I'm not sure
some
about that,
stretches in Texas have 80-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Oh, Lamborghini Miura? What was that?
I'm not sure. It
I
doesn't say
thought
in the
that was a
notes.
Ferrari. I wasn't paying very much attention at that point. Sorry.
Yeah. So
the doctor
I
got
wonder
sick.
if the Smithsonian has any of Burt Reynolds' hair pieces.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine the display?
go where the doctors hang out, golf courses and bars.
Yeah. Let's see. Washington's false teeth and his hatchet. Abraham Lincoln's top hat. Burt Reynolds' toupees.
There you go. I love you. I'll be back for you. By the way, there is a bit of misogyny in this movie, gentlemen, I have to say.
What?
So the Sheikh,
1981 misogyny?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin have already tried to chat up a gaggle of young ladies.
And Sammy
Sheikh,
is the only person who could drive that car.
yes, exactly. By the way, the Sheikh does try to kidnap women for his harem later on, but kidnapping does actually occur. The Japanese team, who aren't Japanese at all but Chinese, have just gone through the checkpoint without getting the ticket.
Yeah, they didn't get time stamped.
37 minutes exactly, gentlemen. Is that where you are at?
Yes. Yep.
So the Cannonball Run is over 3,000 miles, isn't it? It starts at is it New York State, isn't it?
Yeah, New York State runs to California, and it's right at 3,000.
Because the Portofino Inn in Los Angeles, is that right?
Yeah, I'd have to look. I think that sounds right.
I know it's Southern California.
Yeah, and from what I understand, it's not. I don't believe it's a set route, so the distance can vary somewhat.
Yeah, as long as you get there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's over a little over 2,900 miles, I think, if you go on the shortest route.
By the way, Jack Elam, who plays the Doctor, we're going to meet him in a minute. I've just seen his name. He's just called the Doctor. But his actual name is Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing. So he has the Chevy. That Chevy looks awful in grey.
Oh, yes,
it's an ugly car no matter what you do to it, though.
Yeah, true. So here's Mad Dog and Batman in the pickup, the GMC. Is GMC still a big thing now? Because most people have Ford pickups now, don't they?
The weird thing about GMC, it's the sister brand of Chevrolet, and they just make the same car with a different badge. But GMC is becoming their like a luxury division.
Really?
Where it used to be kind of like the down division, now it's like the upper class one. Yeah. Used to be GMC was the basic version of a Chevy, and now it's going to be like their up class like luxury.
Okay.
Great.
That's interesting. And here's the beautiful DB5, the car from the movie.
Oh, why advertise?
Why advertise?
It's probably like the lights don't work. It's just a prop car.
Now, the registration was 6633PP.
I wonder if Dino got in trouble with the Catholic Church after this. Being a devout Roman Catholic boy that he was.
Well, I know that the producers tried to get Roger Moore for the second movie, and Hal Needham wanted to work on a James Bond movie, and they said, actually, we're not going to give you a part. We should actually sue you for having Roger Moore in this movie. Yes, next time, Methodists. You really don't have a chance to breathe, man, in this movie. It's so fast. This is the fastest movie we've ever done on this channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
40 minutes in and we're zipping along.
It's all duos, and they picked people who have perfect chemistry.
Yeah, it's a perfect movie. I really do think it's a perfect movie.
I mean, Dean and Sammy had like what 30 years at this point of friendship.
Yeah, they were the Rat Pack, weren't they? With him and them two and Sinatra. Sinatra was still alive, obviously, at this point, but is that the first time you heard the phrase "hold my drink" as well? I'm not sure. Oh, there is the today. These two ladies in their lycra.
Yeah, I mean that car still looks super modern.
Oh yeah,
it looks more modern than the current Lamborghinis.
Okay, I'm going to brag a bit. I used to, and by the way, you saw this earlier on, and I didn't point it out. There was a Porsche 924, and I used to own a Porsche 924S, which was a 924, but it actually had a Porsche engine in it. It had the 944 engine and had the frog eyes as well.
Didn't have
the van engine, no. Had the real Porsche engine. It had the frog eyes.
80 Mustang.
You know what I used to do? Daytime hours, in the daytime, I just press the button to make the frog eyes come up. Just to see what people would do. Didn't need the lights. I just thought, screw it. I'll just, here we go. So who is this, gentlemen? Who is this?
This is Jack Elam. Great Western character actor. Probably another friend of Burt Reynolds.
It's funny you should say that. How many actors in this movie started out in Westerns?
Probably
at least 5.
Yeah.
Probably everybody in this scene. For sure.
Because Westerns was literally the soul of America, wasn't it?
I mean, Burt Reynolds went from being a stuntman in Westerns to being an actor in Westerns.
Sorry, got to throw in the. You'll notice a bunch of finger gags in here, and the reason why is he's a proctologist.
Oh, and he puts his finger on his mouth.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, back to it. I just couldn't let the 5-year-old humor get away from me.
And then when he squishes him in the eye with the syringe as well. I think he's trying to give him the VAX, isn't he?
Perhaps.
But yeah, do you know the weird thing about Elam, right? He was actually an accountant. Okay, he was an accountant, and he did accountancy work for a famous director. And the director said, "Hey, do you fancy being hired as an actor?" Okay, then. And his acting career started that way, just purely by chance that way. And another one that started that way was Roger Moore. Roger Moore was an animator. He was an artist. He was an artist and an animator. And he went with his dad somewhere to help his dad do some work somewhere. I've got the story somewhere. And
that young man's so pretty. Put him in movies.
Yeah. Do you fancy acting? Go on then. And he was a lifelong member of the Animators Union all his life. So he was actually an animator. So there you go.
No
Roger
idea.
Moore probably. We need to find out, did Roger Moore do any watercolors or any sketchbooks? Is there anything available? Because apparently he was quite a good artist.
Oh, him doesn't like it when you say bad things about me.
But Jack Elam is another. I mean, these three, you couldn't. Can we make this better? Yes, we can. We can add Jack Elam. Jack Elam's comedy timing is perfect. I mean, they're just brilliant. Oh, yeah. Here is Farrah Fawcett. So you're on a road in the evening, gentlemen, and Farrah Fawcett's had an accident. She needs a lift. Do you pick her up?
Oh,
no. I call 911 because I know it's a trap.
You know what? That's a trap I'm willing to spring.
Oh, my goodness. By the way, they've just abducted Farrah Fawcett. This is like peak level misogyny, this movie, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it is a Hal Needham Burt Reynolds joint.
So we're just going to basically, kidnap you and put you in the back of the ambulance. And it doesn't end there, gentlemen. There's another scene where they put her under laughing gas as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, surely not.
Anyway, but yes.
Why wasn't Bill Cosby in this movie? He would have been perfect.
Well, I guess that was.
He was starring in another misogynistic movie at the time.
Yeah, maybe he was making independent films at the time.
Oh, what have they just said?
Him.
Yeah, so this is actually Oh, there you go. And the bong eye. Now, the reason Elam had a bong eye when he was a Boy Scout, another Boy Scout stabbed him in the eye, and that's why he couldn't see out of his left eye. He was blind in his left eye.
But it served him well as being like the heavy in so many westerns. Good Lord!
And of course, it's not racist at all to have the theme tune, ding,
The
ding, ding,
chopstick
ding,
playing.
ding, ding.
Yes, exactly.
This bit with the infrared glasses is brilliant, though. Oh man, it's brilliant. And of course, you have the Sheikh's music as well, which is like Arabic jazz, you know. Yeah, so Jackie Chan, right, was incredibly angry when he got when he found out he wasn't Japanese. Right, this scene here, this is actually Burt Reynolds' stand-in double. Right, look at this guy. Okay, so he was like the stand-in. They thought, "We'll give you a job. We'll make you the copper who picks them up." Look at him. He is basically like Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds' taller brother. Brother from another mother, as they say.
Was he just a stunt man or stunt double?
He was like I think he was a stand-in actor for when Burt couldn't be bothered to, couldn't be asked to get out of his trailer. By the way, talking about not being asked, this movie, it's a fast movie, okay? You know, this movie only took something like 30 hours to film.
You know, the cop actually looks like Norm
It was
Macdonald.
filmed in 36 days. Sorry there, Flash?
It's like the cop actually looks like Norm Macdonald.
He does? Well, he looks like Bert, so he's going to look like Norm, isn't he? So,
all right. So we got to check the credits and see if Turd Ferguson is credited.
Yeah.
Officer Turd Ferguson.
36 days.
Ferguson.
36 days this took to film. Nothing.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing. It was like 2 weeks work and that was it, done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, most of it's like second unit filming the cars, right?
Yeah, and there we go. Burt Reynolds famously said, because he became the highest paid, this was the height of Burt Reynolds' career, highest paid actor in cinema history at that point. And for this movie, he made $5 million for 4 weeks' work.
Good gravy. To basically sit down on a soundstage in a fake ambulance.
While they shake the walls.
Yeah, they shake the ambulance. And you know the end scene where it's like near the end and there's like rain on the ambulance at night? They're just hosing it down.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Use the simplest methods. Get it done. Job done. And they made a brilliant movie. Why complicate it? But yeah, this is a bit scary. But yeah, this is actually a remake of the routine that Hal Needham used on their Cannonball run. They had his wife or girlfriend, I'm not sure, pose as the patient. They had one of them as the doctor, one of them as the driver. And so this is based on the true story of their own Cannonball run.
Oh, those eyebrows, man.
So Needham was playing himself earlier in the movie, being the guy in the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had like, what was it? It was equipped with a Hemi engine, made it go 145 miles. There's a scene at the end where it just goes like shit off a stick, and it's like, and that was actually real.
Because it was it was stripped down to just 2 front seats.
Yeah.
So
I've got to ask you though, gentlemen, these officers look like something from Mission Impossible. Do policemen actually have triangles on their hats?
Some of them do. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that looks
state trooper.
Looks northeast, yeah.
Right.
Although they don't wear, usually they wear like the Smokey the Bear hats now.
Okay. Because I was going to say, are these the Illuminati police or something?
No.
Rhode Island has the best uniform. Rhode Island wears the Mountie outfits.
Oh, Mountie's good. Mountie's good. I mean, I've got to say, if I had to be a policeman, I'd either want to wear like a 1940s London Bobby's costume, or like a proper Mounties costume, because that's because
Oh, move to Rhode Island and become a state trooper. They still wear the tall boots and the
Mountie.
flared pants, everything.
Oh,
It's just
there you
gray
go.
instead of red.
Because Matty says she's pretty chill for someone who's just realized she's been kidnapped. Yeah, and she has actually been. So, gentlemen, I've got to say, this is not Cannonball Run. This is Roofie Ball Run. So
yes.
Roofie.
This is the Weinstein Run.
This is the Weinstein Run. And the poor lady is sitting there in the bed, lying there in the bed, under influence of drugs, being taken to an island somewhere. Help, I'm so happy.
By Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah. We have to get the Senate. That's about right, though, isn't it? Senator's wife. Senator would be. No, I don't want to say it. I'm not saying it. So this is New Jersey, then.
New Jersey. Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that definitely.
Garden State.
Yeah. I would get out of there as fast as possible.
And there's your Chevy again.
By the way, Ralph, I'm just going to mention there, you haven't met my brother-in-law, Ralph.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
by the way, subliminal advertising here. The colors of the uniforms that both me and Ralph are wearing in our avatars here, and they are wearing there, match perfectly, and the outside of the ambulance match perfectly the design and colors of a Budweiser beer.
Oh, hard to believe.
So there we go. It's strange, isn't it? It's by the way, here's a Karen moment coming up. He's not wrong, though, is he? He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but you're gonna snitch out somebody for something petty like kidnapping. I mean, come on.
And for the children and young people watching at home, this is what's called a phone booth.
Yes.
A phone booth.
It is not a time machine.
No, it is not a time machine with Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So you would pick up this large plastic thing called a earpiece receiver, and you would talk through it.
And in the 70s and 80s, if you're in a slasher movie, do not go into a phone booth. It is a death trap.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm in a glass cage of emotion. Man, bunch of masks there. So what was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to share. So we said, wait, that can wait. DB5. It's on the back of a trailer. Watch the cars on the right. Pass by. Camel cigarettes. Camel cigarette, anyone? By the way,
I love that his scenes are very dubbed over, like a James Bond movie would be.
Yes, and they've been very clever with the music to make it sound almost exactly. This woman's unbelievably gorgeous.
Yeah.
But the spy music.
And I don't appear in the credits, but I'm very pretty. By the way, inexplicably, right?
She was a future Mrs. Burt Reynolds, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Inexplicably, Roger Moore has 5 different Bond girls in this movie. Where he's getting them from?
Badges. They're like a square triangle thing.
Right. And his costume changes 4 times. He wears 4 different, and it doesn't explain how that happens either. Okay. But the last girl, I worked it out finally. The last girl that he picks up, where the hell did he get her from? She's one of the biker chicks who appears in the end of the movie. And the reason is she's got a tattoo on her breast. So being a man, that's the kind of thing I would notice.
Oh, of course.
This is shocking. She's laughing, but it's not right, is it? It's just not right. It's just you gave her a little prick. You horrible man. You horrible man. So he's wheeling this is a brilliant movie, isn't it, gentlemen?
I just love that he has all antique medical equipment as well.
I love this whole scene. I don't know which state this is filmed in, but it's a beautiful looking state. And I love this place. And there's
And
this
they're
beautiful.
filming because there's people on the street watching.
I bet this is Virginia. I'm sure this is West Virginia. It looks like West Virginia, doesn't it?
It does.
And there's the Ferrari 308, and just it looks. I mean, that Ferrari you saw today, it wouldn't look dated.
Oh no, it's a gorgeous car.
And we want to give you our blessings.
Yeah.
So there's actually, and you've missed a trick. You've missed a trick here, Ralph, with your tea store, because you should get this on a T-shirt. We need to get that on a T-shirt. Come on.
Yeah, that would be a good one to throw out. Yeah.
And they want to bless us.
They want to bless us.
So let me get this here. There's a black priest in a red Ferrari.
They do have black priests.
Couldn't hurt.
They do have black priests. Well, there's more black priests now, but back in the day, probably not many.
Yeah, not back then. Yeah.
No. And
driving up, but I mean, they're Italian, right? So it's probably the Vatican provides Ferraris to their people.
Oh yeah, that's the emergency response vehicle.
Especially if you're Father Ted. So in the back of the car, it's the way
it was just loading in my account.
One of the best bits of Father Ted is my lovely horse. I've got to bless her. Dean, calm down, Dean. Dean, you're old enough to be a granddaddy. Oh, man. It's the way he just puts his hand on his face like that, like, oh my goodness. He doesn't even do the sign of the cross, he just does that. It's just amazing. Anyway,
quick one.
So, thank you, Father. Oh, that's nasty, isn't it?
Oh, that is so mean.
Sammy Davis, how dare you? Oh, they weren't priests. No, there you go. So you can say that you can't say mother, boop, but you can say mothers. There's the DB5 on the trailer again.
Yep.
I just think it's great that he's 3 times removed from the person that he actually is.
Yes.
That's something that very rarely happens. It's like almost Monty Python. By the way, there's a different woman here again.
Yes.
So I mean, Hal must have
woman.
It's honestly, it is surreal. The comedy is surreal. It's great. It's so clever.
Well, him being 3 times removed kind of goes back to his start in westerns. Is the one of the Mavericks?
Yes, exactly. And
he was the British cousin,
which is which is exactly it. Even the British actor in this movie started out in westerns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's this gentleman? What's that big? What city is this?
This is St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, there's the
Missouri. Art. Right.
Yep.
This is the scene. I love this scene. And this is a nice looking state as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Parts of it.
This might be gorgeous.
I will tell you, if you've ever watched National Vacation or National Lampoon's Vacation, the part where they go through St. Louis and they have all their hubcaps stolen is accurate. So
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Well, everything south of Georgia is really tropical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's semi-tropical. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen one, I've seen them all, and he really argues because he really needs to go. This is a scene. This is a brilliant GIF. Brilliant GIF coming up. I love this GIF. I'm too slow to get it on my thing here, though. I love this GIF moment there. I'm gonna have to pay for the real pay-for-view StreamYard service and have all this extra features. But this scene here with Dom DeLuise, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. It's a pepper. Oh!
Yeah.
Carrying his bags full of product placements.
Yes,
Yes.
product placement, definitely. That's a Ferrari. Tony says he was Beauregard Maverick. Yes, he was, and then he went out. His big break was the Saint, wasn't he? Oh, here's the moment coming up, gentlemen. You take long to see it, done. Dun, 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 dun. Sean Killer Coney of Scanlon.
This is MAGA country, buddy.
Tony says he was Beauregard. He also says,
and here's what's known as a payphone.
Yes. Here's the Japanese stroke Chinese team. Roger Moore gets all the girls in this movie because he is a saint. Yes. And a persuader. Yeah, that's right. He was persuaded as well.
I forgot how ugly Subarus were in these.
Oh, yes.
Do you know they were in my research for this movie, they were the official ski vehicle of the American Winter Olympics team because of the traction. Yep.
But they were huge rust buckets as well at that point.
Oh man, that was such crap.
By the way, Ralph,
Was
it a real
Conquest that was in the second movie?
Yeah, it was. Oh no, was it? No, yeah, because the Impreza was a lot later than that.
Because it was super futuristic looking, I remember.
Yeah. There you go. He called them flashes and everything. This is brilliant, this scene. I love it. And it's the way they start playing the sort of hillbilly stuff on the roof of the car. And there's a racist comment coming up as well. Where did you get that jewelry? Because it's Missouri. Come on, boss. I love this one. He's been locked up for 6 years in the monastery. 6 years seemed like summer vacation. Where'd you get that jewelry? I got it from the riot that I attended, apparently.
SM Mall.
I love that line. Is it SM Mall?
Yeah.
And electric razors, battery charged electric razors.
Oh, so terrible.
So Jackie Chan was very upset when he found out he was a Japanese character, not Chinese. But one thing he did do was he used Hal Needham's notion of including bloopers at the end of the movie. And that's something that became a tradition in his movies, which really helped his career, in his movies, do well, because it's such a good thing to do. Breaker 19. So a little bit of a throwback to Smokey and the Bandit here and Convoy. We're going to have to do those movies. We're going to have to do a whole thing of them, aren't we? These are brilliant movies. Those.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the... I think... Well, I've done it. I've had a... Oh, here we go. There's the...
it's got plexi over the plates, I can tell.
Yeah. It's definitely the one from the... You look very familiar. Do I know you? I love these little expression here as well. It's like the way wink, wink. So, when I said Budweiser, I meant that, gentlemen.
Ooh, okay.
That's the original Czech Budweiser. Because the Budweiser family went to America. Now, this is illegal to sell in America, apparently, I think. I'm not sure. They have to call it Budvar, I don't know. But that's the original Budvar from Czech Republic. And that's the one I drink. There you go.
I wish him were here.
Here we are. We're already, can you believe it? We're already at, what is it? We're at 1 hour, 4 minutes.
Brought to you by Haynes.
We're at the romantic scene. Now, this usually happens about 2/3 the way through the movie. We're about 3/4 through now, and we've got the romance scene. Everything's calmed down a bit. And, but it's just unbelievably fast, this movie. I can't even remember. I can't remember the trivia I was going to say. It's just there's not enough time.
And it's well edited to keep the pace going like this. To
be honest, it's leaner than a rabbit that's been training for a marathon.
Absolutely, but the thing is they've got so many talented people that they can jump back and forth that before you can get bored with any section, you pop to another one. So
absolutely. So here's the ambulance was a Hemi engine, 145 miles an hour, was equipped with 4 gas filler holes, required 90 gallons of fuel, but it could be pumped quickly. Needham and Yates didn't win the race. The transmission blew in Palm Springs.
Oh,
so close. So Needham kept it in storage for several years until the time came to make the film. After the film, he gave it to a church charity. They raised a massive amount of money auctioning it off. There you go.
That was nice.
So that's it. The movie was originally planned to star Steve McQueen, but McQueen died, and the lead went to Burt Reynolds, and they immediately changed the script to make.
He was still alive then, right? This was 81.
McQueen died in McQueen died.
Right?
When did McQueen die? Hang on.
83.
1980, November the 7th.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there were a ton of movies he was set to star in.
So this is where they're picking people off and they're I'm going. How about a beer? Do you want to take these guys away? Another victory for the Democrat Party. But we can't have people having a good time. There's a reference to Swamp Fever, by the way, we missed. That was a reference to Smoking the Bandit because Dom DeLuise actually played a doctor in Smoking the Bandit 2 in 1980, a year before this movie. That's why they picked him to star with Burt, because you were talking earlier as well, plus weren't you, about the chemistry.
So who are the weird-looking muscle guys?
That big guy there.
Like football players or something?
Hang on. I can't find it. Richard Lossie? No.
Ooh, ow! Big explosion.
That's crazy. What was in that game?
I don't know, but I think that's kind of thing you're used to today with the current administration and the White House.
Yeah, well, I think the van was loaded up with Dean Martin's Scotch supply.
Or his blood supply.
Exactly. Basically, guys, you're living in the 70s now. Got to say, this is Hal Needham doing the voiceover here.
Yep.
But yeah, Burt Reynolds said, I did the film for all the wrong reasons. Never liked it. I did it to help out a friend of mine, Hal Needham. He said it was immoral to turn down money. Oh, man. So he did
Burt Reynolds got lucky because the year after this, Hal Needham had his epic Megaforce.
Yeah, true. He did it at the right, perfect timing.
Where he also starred as a man in back of a van.
Here we go. So not only was it only 36 days, most of the stars of this movie only had to work for 3 days, 2 to 3 days work done.
Wow.
Here's the Sheikh who's recruiting another young lady. I have to say this young lady is incredibly attractive. But I don't think you're going to see sidos of couscous in a burger joint.
No.
My desert blossom. Please don't say yes to this process.
This is how you become a missing person. Don't take the ring, Laura. Don't take the ring.
Like the wind, young lady. Absolutely. Do not go down that road. Take a physical. Yeah, you will as well. Oh, man. So there you go. There's somebody hosing with more but you know, but it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, this is the old days where you just
Oh yeah.
No, because
You know
I mean
what I
the background you can't see it in real life anyways. It's what it really looks like.
exactly. In fact, actually, you know, I think there's some similarities between this and planes, trains, automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's maybe like a common thread of what works in an American road movie. I mean, this is just one of the best American road movies ever, really, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
like JJ.
As he lists off his friends.
Where did Dom DeLuise come from? Was he New York or?
I think so. He was a comedian
check.
from way back, like the '60s.
Where was he born? Yes, of course, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
To Italian American parents, Vincenzo Jenny Di Stefano and John DeLuise, a public employee, garbage collector. His dad was a bin man, a garbage man. Bless him. And
he's in a good movie. Was it called Fatso?
uh-huh.
It's kind of a serious movie about him, you know, being a fat guy trying to lose weight, but also being an Italian family that owns a restaurant and a bakery.
Yeah, he was a hugely devoted Roman Catholic as well. There's the chopsticks again.
Yeah.
This is a bit where now here's the direct reference to the Subaru, which was just going to dominate. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Santa Fe, New Mexico, they think, but they're not. They're going to El Paso. So what happens when you think you're going to El Paso? You turn around and you head the other way.
Well, I guess I guess if you're entering El Paso from New Mexico, that might be the wrong way then.
And there's the Countach, or Countach, however you want to pronounce it. Listen to that engine rev.
Yeah, that's a V12.
Yeah.
So that is a monster of an engine.
It's like, you know, men can't make babies, but they can make Lamborghinis.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
here's a return of our friend from Superman, the movie.
Yes. And now they've met their nemesis.
Miss Tessmacher.
Exactly.
You see, she turned her life around. She saved Superman's life, and she became a state trooper.
Yeah, exactly.
Devoted her life to the law.
I think she looks even better in this movie than the Superman movie.
Yeah.
Now this is the best one. Well, I don't know. The first one he has is Amazing Blonde, but this one's got the foreign accent. The Russian accent, Mr. James. Oh, you're not a person. Oh, you're caviar. You shouldn't have. Ba-ba-da-da. Well, they reference the kipper here. I don't know whether you gentlemen know what a kipper is.
I'm afraid to hazard a guess. Oh, that is a heck of a spin out.
It is amazing. And I actually had a kipper this morning with Mrs. Mack. We both had lovely kippers.
Scary spin out.
Darling, what the movie?
Uh-oh. Crack a window.
Right. I don't know whether you like kippers, but I'll show you what a kipper looks like.
I think this car is a little more gray than silver.
So, ding.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Uh-oh.
Is this what they do in Shang-Chi as well? I have a feeling they do that. They just add some like rap beats to it, but it's still just as great.
Oh, here we go.
Goodness.
Here we go. This is where the horrible, naughty movie. This is shocking. Jackie, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, Jackie, and you deserve that.
Foreshadowing the lecherous future of Jackie Chan.
Yes. Wrong. Jackie, you're horrible. You horrible person.
Betamax.
Anyway, I can't find a picture, but a kipper is a smoked haddock. Not haddock. A smoked herring, not haddock. Smoked herring.
Oh, okay.
Very nice, very delicious. We had one this morning. I can't send them over there because customs stop all that kind of thing. Plus, it wouldn't stay fresh.
Oh,
But yeah, this is the Osama family.
yeah. Hey, Tony wants in on your snack treats.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't come up yet.
Oh, a Pontiac.
Oh, here, Roger
I haven't seen one of those in forever.
because he is saying Tony's comment hasn't appeared yet on stream. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah.
There it is. Smoke me, get my back for breakfast. Yes. Now, for those who don't know, that is a Red Dwarf reference. That's Ace Rimmer.
Smoke me a kipper.
Ace Rimmer. And if you don't know Ace Rimmer, you're going to have to familiarize yourself with it.
Well, Ace Rimmer's the best.
What a guy. Oh, yeah, here's the stunt.
Boy.
When this goes over the train and hits the other side, you can see the front of the pickup completely ruined.
Oh, yes.
This is your standard 70s stuff. And I mean, what was it? Live and Let Die, and there was a series about 3 Bond movies with Roger Moore, where they had the
better
same
than most
stuff.
of the General Lee Land.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we're already almost done with this movie.
Oh, yeah. It's screaming along. What was the Bond movie where he went on the ramp that was a corkscrew and he actually did a 180 flip in the car, or a barrel roll
Where he's
in
in
the
the
car?
Philippines, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's more.
Yeah.
That's with the Southern Sheriff. It's like, oh, that more.
Goodness, they just got in the Baja 500.
There we are. So this is a direct reference to the fact that that the Subaru was basically a rally car, just been introduced to rally, so they put it in a rally race.
Of course.
Oh, there's future Megaforce.
Mammoth the Golden Gun. Mammoth the Golden Gun, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
And of course, the uninitiated here watching this movie would say, "Oh yeah, they're obviously Japanese." No, of course they're not.
No.
Secret weapon, rocket. This is the best bit in the movie.
It's the long Hollywood tradition of all Asians playing all Asians.
Oh yeah.
Everything Top Gear did and Grand Tour did, they copied from this movie, right? This is the rocket launch of the. And look at that! I wish I had the gift for that on screen now. That's just amazing. So, I think this is infrastructure in action, gentlemen. I'm just going to quickly get a. You can talk about that while I quickly get another beer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the unfortunately, when we would drive to visit family, this Arkansas would be constantly like this. It's amazing how let's see, that would be the stretch of I-30 from Texas to Arkansas was always under construction. So
yeah, every time we would go to Arkansas, it was somewhere in Kentucky there was a stretch of road that was constantly under construction.
Yes.
It's like, welcome to Orange Barrels, Kentucky.
Yes.
100 miles of Orange Barrel.
You know what? That's what I need to get into is the Orange Barrel manufacturing business. Yeah, and Jersey Walls. Invest in Jersey Walls. You can never fail. Uh-oh, the insults are traded. And I love Dom DeLuise's little wheeze laugh. And just uncontrollably laughing at what's going on for real. And Dean Martin, who was actually a prize fighter in his younger days. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, your moment of glory
He
is coming
suffered
up
from
soon.
a permanently split lip, which means anytime you touch his lip, it starts to bleed from boxing. And that's why he
Oh,
quit.
really?
Shocking. I love the way that Jackie's just cross-legged on the bonnet there, or the hood. Sorry. There they are. There's. And who's gonna turn up now? Oh, by the way, this is the Bond reference. This movie's filled with The Fly Who Bugged Me.
Oh, gee.
There's loads of references throughout the whole thing. And we're gonna get a reference to Easy Rider and the other movie that
And here
Fonda
comes the
was in.
entire cast of Any
Oh.
Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, well, and I forgot every 70s car movie had to have a Hells Angels gang roll in.
And it's pretty much all the same guys that play the bikers too, right?
Yeah.
Now, this
Robert
girl on the
Tester,
right,
the bald guy.
right, by the way, has the tattoo on her boob.
Oh, speaking of Henry
There you go.
Fonda.
Oh, yeah,
Henry
the
Fonda.
biker.
There you go. Wild
I'm sorry,
Angels,
Peter Fonda.
1966,
Captain
and Easy
America.
Rider, 69. So yeah, so he's doing a cameo here.
And right beside him is everyone's favorite 70s henchman,
Yeah.
Big Bald
Yeah.
Man.
And he was in so many different movies, always played a baddie, and he's played it so well. I'm sure he was in it. Wasn't he in an Indiana Jones movie as well? I know that Pat Roach
No, that
was in
was
the
Pat
movie.
Roach.
But he was one of those
I
characters
guess
who
this
always...
guy wasn't available, so they got Pat
No,
Roach.
yeah. He's like stand-in for Pat Roach.
He was probably too busy filming this or some other, playing heavy biker.
Pat
On the
Roach was too
A-Team or
busy
something.
doing Clash of the Titans at this time.
Oh, and Tony just commented about road construction.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no. Here comes Captain Chaos. Uh-oh. Pete just got yeeted.
And this is the scene that made Jackie Chan a VHS legend in America.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, I just booted myself from the stream.
No problem.
Oh, how did I do that? I've had too much to drink and not enough sleep. Tony said, we have the same problem here. Highway is constantly under construction. Of course, now it doesn't matter. You can't go. That's exactly right. Well, that's all part of the plan, you see. I like the shattered glass noise for when he gets his jaw pashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course they carry the girl into the seedy shack.
Yeah, so more misogyny. By the way, there's a huge Budweiser advert on the side of the shed again. Oh man, it's just too fast, this movie, isn't it? There he is. There's your moment to shine. I love the bit where he just punches him like that. Ta-da! Captain Chaos.
Well, give me somebody. My toupee.
Don't touch the hair. Yeah, I'm sure all the stuntmen probably had to sign a agreement not to touch Reynolds' hair.
Oh, I'm sure.
No headlocks,
Absolutely.
no hair pulling.
Don't go near anywhere above the shoulders.
And out comes the doc.
I worked with somebody who got to meet Brett Michaels when he was doing Rock of Love. And part of the everyone had to sign an agreement not to look at his head, not to draw attention to his hair, not to touch his hair, because he's so insecure about his wig.
Man. Of course, this is the golden era of diva actors, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Ferrari belonged to Hal Needham, I think, in this movie.
I love that the shack, the whole side of it's built out of cardboard.
Yeah, typical Hollywood. By the way, Sammy Davis Jr. is basically the black Richard Hammond, which makes, or is it Richard Hammond is the white Sammy Davis Jr., which makes which makes Burt Reynolds the Jeremy Clarkson, and of course that therefore makes Roger Moore the James May. So this is actually a Top Gear special. This whole movie was the first ever Top Gear special.
Oh, Jackie Chan still got a grudge.
There you go. And this was the opportunity for Jackie Chan to show the world, hey, look at me. Yeah. I'm absolutely amazing. And he puts the comedy in it. Because they picked Jackie because he had the Kung Fu was big, and we've done Kung Fu movies before. We did Enter the Dragon, didn't we? So
Needham knew about him because the stunt community.
Yeah, exactly. And but he had the comedy as well. And then here we go. Boing! And now he's split his pants. This is awesome, says Cosmetti. It is, isn't it, Cosmetti? I mean, it's one of those movies which you just, if you want to feel happy, watch this movie. Look at those cars. Look at those cars. When are you going to see those cars on the road? You've got a Lambo, a Ferrari, a DB5. I mean, come on. When are you going to? Yeah. And then he's still doing the wheelie. The entire 3,000 miles on a wheelie. Oh, man, I hope I get to drive one of these cars someday.
I'll probably ride in an ambulance at some point.
Yeah, I've ridden in an ambulance. It wasn't as great as you think it would be. Yeah. No Farrah Fawcett's, but a couple Jack Elam.
Oh, man.
Did you have a dock like that? Oh,
yeah,
no.
There was a Jack Elam in my...
So here we go.
It was a Farrah Fawcett that looked like a Jack Elam.
Oh, never mind, Flash. So they've activated the turbo engine and the extra fuel. And William, tell over to you.
Captain Chaos knows how to mash the gas pedal. I guess.
Yes. Hit the pedal to the metal. Only 10 blocks to the finish. Ha ha!
Yeah, I've never seen California traffic that clear.
So this is, and here with it, waka waka wow, chunka chicka bow wow.
Oh yeah. This is like a 90-minute version of the TV show Chips.
Yeah.
Very Chip-like music.
I loved that show when I was a kid, Chips.
Wah pedals.
I did get to drive in it. I did not drive, but I got to ride in a Ferrari 308.
No, I didn't realize who this girl is in the car. I'm thinking he's picked up a fifth girl. And then I realized it's the biker chick from the last
yeah. Yeah, he picked up the biker chick.
It's just like, it's the joke that you just constantly picking up girls.
George Hamilton. Yeah, 70s, you got brass music, wah-wah pedals. That's what it's all about.
So here everything reaches grinds to a halt because the Harley went over. So then the last bit's a race
the
on foot.
Song isn't quite as iconic as Eastbound and Down.
No, definitely not.
They could have used some Jerry Reed.
Not at all. Now, how he managed
Burt Reynolds tackles everyone.
Only Burt Reynolds could tackle Jackie Chan. That would never happen, really. And the perfect acting from Dom DeLuise here as he gets to the finish line with his ticket and he pulls it out like that. Oh, no! What? I must save.
Oh, no. Somebody save my baby.
I will save your baby. And Adrian Barbeau wins. So the winner was the Countach.
And Adrian Barbeau wins.
And there's the 1970s spray the water out of your mouth gag. It's the way he puts his head down. He knows he's screwed up. Oh, man. This is brilliant, this scene. Of course, there's bloopers of this as well. I couldn't help laughing here.
Oh, no more Captain Chaos.
It's the last thing where he smash his
Stole his
pocket
cape.
and all the water comes. That's classic Lauren and Hardy comedy. Captain USA. Oh, brilliant. Someone's got to do it. Oh, man, I tell you. What a great movie. What a great movie. I don't know how the DB5s just turned up there because Moore was already standing there. And there's everybody else.
Yeah, how did that work out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, Jackie's just turned up now, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh, well, that was it. How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, Moore lost the race because he had to stop and change his clothes again.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. That is the 5th outfit, I think, that he has in the movie. What a nice way to end the movie. Smoke a nice cigar. Nothing better than a nice cigar.
Oh, here we go.
And this is the ejector seat. There we go. Now, obviously, this isn't Mr. Moore. At that age, he didn't want to risk hurting his hair.
Oh, I'm sure not. Burt Reynolds needed more donors.
And there we are. That's it. And the children's chorus sings us out. Yeah. And that's real champagne as well. No fake champagne in this, Will.
Oh, so this is like the actual rap party?
Probably so.
Probably, I don't know. It's
I feel like the whole movie was that.
Yeah.
Since it's like just Hal Needham and Burt Reynolds, like, let's just put all of our buddies in a movie.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it works. I mean, wow, it's over already. I mean, that is just one out. There's a blooper reel, the famous blooper reel.
Yeah, here we come with the blooper reel.
And apparently, like, Dom DeLuise's laugh was like the most infectious laugh in the world. It's like you couldn't.
When you turn around, you get cracked up and get the giggles from them just throwing the mark down on the slate.
I'm not going to hit you. I'll just pluck the hair out of you. And this is a great outtake here. This is just classic. He looks at the camera. Oh, man. I wish my audience could see these outtakes. Oh, if you're watching along at home, these are the best outtakes.
Yeah. The outtakes are about as good as the movie.
Oh. Oh, man. I'm not even going to comment on these. They're just good to watch.
Stephen.
Did you hear what he blooped out there, by the way?
No.
Oh, yeah. We're favorites to the winning and the thingy and the race. No. To be honest, I'd do the same if I was sitting beside Paraforce.
Yeah, right in front of Adrian Barbeau back in the day.
Where he just loses his shit because all he's doing is. Shit. It's the hand.
Philadelphia.
It's easy to confuse Philadelphia with California.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's pretty bad when you get Farrah Fawcett in the van cracked up.
Bleeds. These fucking bleeds. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm cracking up. Oh my God, these bloopers. Oh shit. Oh man.
You're gonna get a slap.
I want to be Captain America. It's a living. Oh shit. Oh man. Just the best. If you didn't enjoy it before, you would. There's Hal there on the right. Oh man.
Oh, you can see the people watching shooting up in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's it.
There we go. That's
Done
it.
and dusted. Over already. Can you believe it?
Yeah, that one screams along, man.
Man. How well, overall thoughts, gentlemen? Any comments?
No, it's just fun. Nothing but fun. So, and I'm glad you picked it. And, hopefully people will watch this one, and it's something to kind of lift spirits. Things have been kind of a downer for a while. And, we get to sit together and spend an evening, watch a movie, and especially one that's just fun.
Just brilliant, isn't it?
Stars galore, very, very beautiful women, amazing cars.
It was like the last of its kind, wasn't it? Like this kind of big star started kind of
yeah.
It
combines everything, doesn't it? That you would want. Well, speaking as a male, this is like prime beef. It's like prime beef in movie form.
Oh yeah. I mean, and to be fair, it's got eye candy for the ladies as well as the guys.
There's the man. There is the ultimate mustache.
The mustache that made the 80s.
Oh man! Do you know? I was just thinking about Mount Rushmore. They should not his face, just the mustache. Just
that's it. But that should go up. Next to Washington.
In Hawaii, they should resurrect a statue of just his mustache.
Yeah, just the mustache.
Matter of fact, you know what they could do is like on one of the volcanoes, they could put just the mustache, like the Hollywood sign. That would work great.
Just a giant bronze Ferrari with a mustache on it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I just want to quickly show you the alternative posters for the movie in different languages, which I think are hilariously funny. I'm just looking at the time here, making sure we're okay for time. Are we all right for time for you, Flash?
Oh, I guess it is. I should go to
couple more minutes. Couple of more minutes you've got, but I'm
people in Middle Earth.
Yeah. So have a look at this. Auf dem Highway ist die Hölle los.
Jeez, the German language always sounds angry.
It looks like the Highway to Heaven font.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But there's a Italian one which is even better. Yeah, but German sounds like a typewriter wrapped in like tin foil, aluminium foil, being thrown down a flight of stairs.
It's funny you mentioned Highway to Heaven. We didn't have Michael Landon in this. If we'd had Michael Landon, that would have had everything set.
It would have been complete, wouldn't it?
That just means that Michael Landon wasn't a friend of Burt Reynolds.
Well,
that's it. We know that now. That's the test, isn't it? Here we go. So this is Los Locos de Cannonball.
The crazies of Cannonball. Nice.
Yep, there you go. So that's the way the different languages. And I won't show you the French one. It's basically pornographic. No, I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. I don't want to tell you. Watching? No, there's not a car. It's a woman, and the man is sitting in the car, but he's not really sitting in the car. He's sort of sitting in the woman, in somewhere in the woman, and I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
I will show you privately by DM, but it's
it was from the Burt Reynolds private collection.
Not something I want to share online. But yeah, Flash, what are your thoughts of the movie?
I love it. Yeah, it's so watchable and so short. Today, that would be a 3-hour movie with nothing but CGI.
Nothing but exposition. Well, in 1939, my grandfather was a racist because he killed people, and but he was actually really a Red Indian, but he hated his Red Indian past.
The Cannonball Run.
And even saying Red Indian is racist. He was a native.
Won by a strong woman who just her only weakness is learning to trust her own abilities
And driving.
Yeah, well, it would be like the
They
awful.
said she couldn't drive.
The awful
How wrong
remake
they
of the
were.
Italian. We're going to do this movie, the original Italian Job. I know people like the
Oh, that's
remake,
a great.
but the remake, I've got to say, I'm sorry, the remake is shite. Sorry,
It suffered from that, where it was too much backstory and
terrible.
like not enough fun and too much like serious backstory.
Well,
I'm like,
all
Yeah.
you
when they
have
did
to
the
do.
caper, it was fine, but other than that, it was like, it's not fun.
Well, all you have to do is get Michael Caine on, and all he has to say is, "I only wanted you to blow the bloody doors off."
You're only
That's
supposed
how
to blow the bloody doors
Bloody
off.
doors off. Bloody hell. Self-Preservation Society. But yeah, it is such a fun movie. And well, what can you say about it? I mean, it was, I think, the 7th most money-making movie of that year, and it was incredibly successful at the box office, and you can see why. I mean, it just hit the mark totally, no messing about, very, very quick paced, had all the best actors of the day for comedy and action and entertainment, people who made their living and came up through the ranks. All of these people came from the worst backgrounds, and they learned to make money. I've got to be the best at this. I've got to go out there. I've got to give 150%, 200%. Dean Martin started out, became a boxer, became a singer, an entertainer. All of these people came from the shittest backgrounds, and and they were hardworking. None of them had any sense of entitlement, and look what it does. Look what it does.
Yeah.
And the legacy of this movie, obviously, Cannonball Run 2 came out in 1984. Speed Zone, we won't really talk about that. But the film, obviously, it launched Jackie Chan's career. There's been rumors of a remake. We've talked about this and we've mentioned. I mean, who did you say, Flash? Who would be your Burt Reynolds now if we remade this movie?
Oh, I forget.
But I mean, who would be your Dom DeLuise? I mean, I would pick the guy from. I'd probably pick the guy from the Hangover movies, possibly.
Yeah,
not.
Yeah. Kevin Hart would have to play Sammy Davis Jr. as the short priest.
Yeah, definitely.
All.
It really has to be remade, and you could have an incredible. It would have to be done so well, though, wouldn't it? But you could really do a really good version. I don't know whether Tony or Cosmetti have any ideas with that. Cosmetti says, "Whoa! I just looked up that movie poster. Yeah, Cosmetti, I told you not to. That's your fault. That's not on me.
Yeah, clear your browser history.
Yeah,
you know what? I know who Flash wants to be, JJ. Nick Cage, the baby.
Give me the keys, Captain Chaos.
Yeah.
Give me the keys.
Just as long as you don't get anybody like oh my god, mental block, Matrix movies.
Keanu Reeves.
Reeves, yeah.
I want us to drive 55, dude.
I think you're going over the speed limit, dude.
We go under the speed limit, we'll blow up, like totally. No way.
I can't act for Taffy. But talking about Taffy, I am Taffy. I'm eye candy. So yeah, but,
it'd have to be Nick Cage with a handlebar mustache. And whoever would be his comedic foil. He could be his own comedic foil. He
could be.
Could you imagine Jack Black? Jack Black as Captain Chaos, maybe?
I was thinking that. That was the only person that came to mind. Jack Black. Burt Reynolds. I mean, George Clooney couldn't do it because, although if George Clooney did the same thing that he did in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, he might be able to do it. He might be able to pull off, but he would be better. He would be better as the Dean Martin character.
Yeah.
He would definitely do the Dean Martin.
I say Nick Cage because Nick Cage is who we associate with fast cars and muscle cars and
Demolition Man. Who
flat
was
out
Demolition Man? Demolition Man. Actor for Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Wesley Snipes and George Clooney. Now, would they hit it off though? Would they have the chemistry though? You see,
I don't know. Snipes might kill him.
Yeah, Snipes might kill him, but it'd be entertaining either way.
Yeah.
And I think he'd get away with it because he's Blade.
Could you imagine the blooper reel after that one?
Yeah, and they should bring back the blooper reel. They really have to bring back the blooper reel. That was so good. Let's make movies fun again. You know,
yes,
make movies fun again. MMFA.
I like that. Yeah, make movies fun again. That's what we want.
Yes.
And that's that's the thing I enjoy about being on this channel. It's just watching some fun movies.
That's it. And you never know, we might start a movement, gentlemen, on this channel.
Hey, I'm okay to kick off a hashtag.
Let's not start a movement because generally movements turn out a bit weird.
Well, they start out as movements and turn into bowel movements. So
yes, they turn into marketing ploys. Box office. So
I'd say we start a marketing ploy and turn that into a movement. We do reverse.
Oh, there you go.
We start out with our hippie music and then end with our fun, good music. We'll be the reverse Beatle.
That's a good idea. So Cannonball Run opened June 19th, so we're a bit late, ladies and gentlemen, a bit late with this, but it doesn't matter because we are celebrating 1981, a year in movies, which was such a good year. And it went on over 1,600 screens across the whole of the United States of America, and it grossed over, almost $12 million in the weekend, the opening weekend, $12 million in 1981. Yeah. That is a huge amount of money.
Well, and you see what it went up against that opened the same weekend, and it still pulled in almost 12 million.
Yep. What was that, Ralph?
Superman 2.
Exactly. Oh, wow. We haven't done that yet. We should do that sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to do
Superman
that.
1.
That's amazing.
Fourth highest. So it wasn't the seventh. Sorry, I apologize. It was actually the fourth highest opening of all time.
Not enough the same summer as Empire Strikes Back.
No, but the same summer as Raiders of the Lost Ark. So fourth highest. Wasn't enough to beat Superman 2 because as we did Superman 2 on this channel about a month and a bit ago, didn't we? And that Superman 1, we did. But Superman 1 was such a good movie that Superman 2 was an automatic win, wasn't it? Everybody wanted to go and see Superman 2 because Superman 1 was so good. But yeah, Superman 2, as you said quite rightly, Ralph, opened the same weekend. That hit over $14 million in its opening weekend. But overall, this film, went on to gross over $72 million in the United States and Canada. Small change from there because I think the Canadian dollar, you have to have $1,000 to buy a hot dog, I think. I'm only joking. But making sixth highest, so it's the sixth highest grossing film of 1981, behind Raiders of the Lost Ark, On Golden Pond, to Arthur and Stripes. It was successful overseas as well. In France, particularly, sorry, Cosmetti, you shouldn't look at that poster. The Cannonball Run sold 988,500 box office admissions in 1981. Germany,
so I'm thinking in France they were disappointed because they're like, it was nothing like the poster.
This is not Jacques Tati. Where is Jacques Tati and his very funny silent humor? There is no batons. Where's the fromage? You don't understand. You're stupid American. But in Germany, it was almost 5 million admissions. The Germans love everything American, apart from liberty. They don't like liberty. But yeah, so they loved it, and massive success in Germany. Third highest grossing movie in 1981 in Germany. I don't want to be horrible about this, but I don't know what else was up against it. Eisen, Rusen, Brasen, Gruvenbraben. I don't know, but probably
it was the weekend that Terrence Hill didn't have a movie out.
Das Boot was at some point. In Japan, In Japan, it was this. Can you believe this? Even though the two supposedly Japanese people were Chinese, it was the second highest grossing foreign film of 1982.
Wow.
So it didn't hit
No,
there.
it's
till
got cars, though. It's got all the green cars in it.
I don't. Yeah, well, it did, didn't it? And again, the Japanese love American culture, and I don't know what the exchange rate here, but I mean, it was 2.1 billion yen at the box office. That's probably about $10. No, I'm only kidding you. Film grossed over $100 million US over the whole world, and went on to gross a total of $160 million overall after its full run. So huge film. Rotten Tomatoes, we don't give a shit what they say.
Yeah.
Moving on. Screw them. And I give them a big proctology finger. You can't see me, but I'm giving them a big proctology finger.
Completely agree.
Screw that. And I won't bother with the New York Times because that's New York. Anyway, so that was that. And overall, an amazing movie. And with comments from the chat here, Tony Nasser says, "Yeah, it's messed up. It's a messed up poster. Stop it! Stop! I told you. I warned you. It is horrible. It's disgusting." And because Matty says, "I am scandalized. I was as well. I thought I was seeing things when I saw that. Honestly, I thought, is this French surrealism? I don't know. It reminds me of a Magritte painting, but just worse." And then, because Matty says, "I think the bikers versus the racers is now my favorite fight scene. It's top 5." I think it is good, and I think it's as good as, or probably better than things like Every Which Way, because you were saying, all these movies in the 70s had these scenes, didn't they? Every Which Way But Loose and stuff like that. But definitely a great movie, and it's so fast. It's so fast. There is never a moment to be bored. I think it's one of those rare occasions in a movie where you're not actually bored at any moment in the movie. And I can't. That's the one thing I've come away from this movie. I can't say that for every movie.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, it's just non-stop moving along. Absolutely. So we're gonna wrap up there, and we thank everybody for watching tonight. We're gonna come back soon with some more good stuff, and who knows? We're celebrating 1981 in movies. We're almost with. Good news is we've over 1,900 subscribers now for this channel, and we're going to hit 2,000 soon. So we're going to celebrate that. I don't know what with. I was thinking about a classic American movie like The Searchers, but we've got a couple of ideas. We've mentioned Superman 2. There is another movie from this year with Sean Connery in it called Outland, which was an incredible movie, incredible sci-fi movie. But for sure, if anybody's available for October the 9th, I'm wanting to do the celebration of the movie The French Connection, which was a fantastic, really, really well thought out movie. One of the best ever made. But we'll see what happens. We've got other things like Duck You Sucker or Fistful of Dynamite, which is, again, the whole thing. You couldn't say the word. You could say mother. You could say sucker. You couldn't say the actual. But and I also thought as well, and I'm going too far ahead of myself here. It's the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor this year on Saturday. I think was it the 4th or the 7th? December 7th, 1941.
December 7th, right? Because that's a Tuesday this year. And of course, that was commemorated in the movie Tora, which I thought we could do on this channel. And I also thought as well, Flash, we might ask Edwin to, because he's a veteran and he lives there.
He
actually lives on Ground Zero, so he might know something about it. But there's other movies.
Just turn his camera out his window and show us.
Say, look over here. There it
exactly.
is.
Yeah,
it's still there. And there was a really other awful movie done about that, which was involved time travel. We'll not talk about that.
That one. Yeah, we'll skip it.
Really bad.
Ben Affleck?
No, that was an even worse one. I would much rather. I'd much rather. Yeah, I'd much rather watch the one where the Nimitz goes back in time than the one with Ben Affleck again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was
the
the
Ben
one.
Affleck Pearl Harbor was awful.
Yeah, that was the one. And I was in the theater. I doused myself with gasoline, and they took my matches away from me before I could finish the job.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
favorite thing about the Ben Affleck Pearl Harbor is when it came out on video. It was the 80th anniversary edition, so it looked like the movie was 80 years old.
Oh,
Bad,
Like,
bad,
man,
bad.
Affleck looks good for being like
Awful.
130 years old.
yeah.
Terrible, terrible. I've got to say what Tony says here. I'm shocked because met Ian. Dodgeball
I just looked up the
impersonation.
poster and I'm kind of speechless.
Yeah, it is.
It's something,
I've just got to say,
Uh,
it's French. It's French. That's
It's
all I'm going to
something.
say. It's yep, and
But
it's
the
like
art is like cartoony, like would be on a Hot Wheels package. So from far away, you're like, is that like a kid's thing? And you're like, oh no.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
definitely
no,
not
it's
for
not.
kids.
no, it's not. It's really bad.
But yeah, these are the colors you see on Hot Wheels and Matchbox package.
Yep, exactly. Not good. Bad, very bad. No. I can't even think of
God will
the
never
French
sit down
word.
again.
Zut alors. Outland is awesome, says Tony Nassa. It is. It's incredible. You know, I saw a video very quickly on that, which suggests that it's in the same universe as the Alien universe, in the same sort of era as Alien, so the same time scale as Alien 1 and 2. And I didn't even think about that. But Tony Nassa says,
And
hey,
it's
I
a
look.
veiled remake of High Noon, right?
It is as well, yeah. It's very similar to that because it's like the Wild West, which is why it's called Outland, which is a reference to the outlaws and the if you're in America, the outback. Sorry, if you're in Australia, the outback. But yeah, so very quickly with this because we've got to go soon. So we might do that. We might do Tora, Chariots of Fire, Dirty Harry, Time Bandits have already done, Fiddler on the Roof. Loads of movies this year which we could possibly do, but I think definitely French Connection coming up. But if anybody has any ideas, we might do Superman 2, but if anybody has any ideas, because I think we should celebrate if we hit 2,000. It looks like we're going to hit 2,000 subscribers soon. We should celebrate by doing a really, really good movie. Searchers is such a good movie. Is it the best American movie? I don't know, but I think we should celebrate by doing,
all right, I'm out. I've got 5 minutes to make it to Middle Earth.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So I'll say goodbye to Flash. Thanks
everybody,
Flash,
for
again,
watching.
and take
Flash.
care. See you later.
All right, see you, man.
And so with that, we're going to wrap up now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and thank you everybody who watched recorded. Thank you to Tony and Cosmetti for being in the chat, and once again, amazing movie. Thank you to both my guests. Thank you to Flash, and thank you to Ralph. And with
Thank you.
yes, indeed. And with that, we're going to wrap up for the night. So glad you came to join us. What a great movie. So fast. Too much to talk about. Not enough time. And hashtag make movies fun again. Good night.
Good night, everybody.